Hi everyone,
Howdy do.
welcome back to ESA. So, we're going to be playing a brand new game here today. We've been learning this game for the past month or so.
I'd like to say hour.
Well, we've been getting better by the hour.
Yeah.
I first played this game when it was a demo. It was a very short demo, like 7 minutes, but it caught my attention. And when the opportunity presented itself to do this as a sponsor segment at ESA, we couldn't have been happier to say yes.
Yeah, I also saw the segment and I saw like Edenal played a little bit, and he was trying to get the sub 5, and I saw the game and it looked really good, so I picked up the demo as well, and I grinded it for a good night, and I got the sub 5. I got a 456 at that time, which was very good. I was very excited to learn that it was going to release during ESA, and like having a chance to actually showcase a little bit of it and showcase like the fun stuff you can do in a speedrun like this is, yeah, what caught me.
Yeah. So as a disclaimer here, we're actually not going to be playing the full game. We're just going to be playing the first 4 out of 8 stages. So we're not going to spoil the best parts.
Yeah.
Because there are some parts that you do want to see in great challenges, very frustrating challenges.
Yeah.
I think I died 300 times on the 7th level.
Oh, at least. Hundreds of deaths like across like all of the levels. We've been tuning down mostly the first 4 levels, and that's what we're going to show you here today. But the latter 4 levels are brutal sometimes. They're also very easy to respawn on, though. So like every death you have is basically a very short death. You're going to see it happen as we go into the game here, and we're going to show it off. So we get started. Yeah,
so first, speaking of deaths, we are actually going to match the amount of deaths we get during this segment. Yeah. So Nash is going to donate $1 per death that he gets, and I'm going to donate $1 per death I get. So we would love for you to join us, and you don't have to go for $1. You can go for 50 cents or 10 cents, but would love for you to join us and keep the death counter alive.
Yeah. It's something that we're gonna do, and like you might wonder why $1 per death. You're gonna find out very quickly.
Yes, and the death counter resets every level, I believe.
Yeah, every
so
level.
You need to keep count. You need to keep us honest.
Yeah. You gotta make sure that at the end of the level, you know how many deaths we're gonna have to take. I'm gonna start off with the first level.
But before we go, Tally, I think we have one donation.
We sure do. We have an anonymous $10 donation here. Comment simply says ESA Hype. ESA Hype. And that is, of course, going towards the Red Dead Redemption 2 Chapter 4 name, where you can name the horse. And the chosen horse name here is Horsimus.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Yeah, keep those coming. I want Horsimus today. That is an amazing name for it.
Horsimus.
Yeah, there's also the beards on the Red Dead Redemption 1. I got a sneak peek of what you got. There's some shenanigans to be had there. And you know I love shenanigans.
Okay, are you ready?
As ready as I can be. Let's get this show on the road. We are heading into time trial mode in order to keep the story to the minimum here, because it's a brand new game, and I actually really enjoyed the story. But that's not what we're going to see here. We're going to see
this allows us to skip cutscenes. Time!
There we go.
Yes, it started. Fantastic.
Good stuff.
So here we go, guys.
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing to have cutscene skips in the game. So we're going to start off here. I'm going to try and actually skip another cutscene real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and start running. At this point in time, I am playing a little cube that is adorable, that can't do much apart from jump and run. I'm going to use a little technique to actually get off the ladders faster to skip a little bit of time here. And we're going to see our first opponent pop up very soon.
So the aliens are attacking the cube world. And we are playing as Edge.
Yep.
The last hope of the cubes. So we're going to be picking up a few power-ups that will help us through our quest to defeat the presumed aliens.
That was not intentional.
Almost $1. Almost $1.
I can't believe you can actually get under that. That was new. That's a very nice strat, actually.
So you can see the timer and death counter up there in the top right corner. We got some basic moves, just the pounce where you can bounce off of enemies. It's used throughout the game in speedrun in various ways.
Gonna go up some ladders here. Ladders are a very interesting thing because you can just jump on them. Oh boy, I'm gonna lose my facing there. There we go. was a little bit off.
You didn't die. That's the important
No, that's
thing.
the important part. I'm not risking it out again. There we go.
So what we're going to pick up later are... First, we're going to pick up the gun.
Yeah.
And the gun allows us to shoot enemies, but also hover a bit. So it helps us control edge a bit better.
Yeah, it's not going to be for a few minutes, though. So we're going to be stuck with this basic movement for a little bit longer. But it does actually... Chapter 1 is very nice to allow you to learn how to actually use your jumps accordingly. You don't have to do full presses on it. You can do slight hops as well. To actually get rid of some enemies left and right. I gotta admit, this is actually going fairly well.
Nash he needs to press the buttons here.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of like classic platformer puzzle elements in there that I just love seeing in these games.
And you can also see some that's one.
Gonna get the audience behind me to keep track on it as well. Like I want to hear numbers in the back whenever it happens.
There are challenges or achievements throughout the game.
Yeah,
you might have seen a little cube head or a little edge head. So you pick those up for achievements or bragging rights. So there you have one on the right. That's two.
That's two. That was my bad. I got greedy there for a moment. There we go. That's on a basic pattern that you can just easily grab.
I mean, we're three. We're probably gonna be like donating like 80 bucks or something, because there's even like you can still go fast while dying.
Yeah, most of the deaths only are like a few seconds, so you can die quite easily in this game and recover from it.
So I've noticed in this game there's an achievement.
That's something we'll see later.
That's not the gun.
Nope. That's the gun. That was the gun.
What I was going to say about achievements, but before, you can see this little, in the middle there's a symbol of enemies. So that unlocks when you kill all the enemies on the screen.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do to unlock the achievement there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do it a few times later. Most of these are optional for now, but a few rooms later on. At this level in particular, you need to do it. There we go.
There is one achievement in this game that is essentially beat the game deathless.
Yeah.
I would say that is impossible.
Yeah, it's getting all of these like without a death. Like, it's so easy to, and you'll see later on to go from one level transition to another and like keep some momentum-based speed like that.
5?
And just like completely get obliterated by an enemy that's just taking you by surprise. Because some of these rooms are on a global timer, and other ones are on a local timer. So you gotta keep
there's
track
actually like a lot of rooms. When you die and respawn, you can actually screw up the local timer of the room to make it even harder, which is very frustrating.
I did it! Sorry.
I was clutch.
I was very excited.
Now we see Nash kill the 4 enemies and unlock the exit from the room.
I love the fact that I can just hop and it won't actually cost me any time. It's not faster, it's not slower, it's the same amount of time. There we go. Now we have unlocked the gun. Let's go.
So the gun has, like we said, you can hover a little bit with the gun, but you can also charge the gun. If I'm not misremembering, the charge actually doesn't do damage, it just stuns enemies, so it's useless for bosses.
Yeah, and it's actually something that is very useful for some enemies in some rooms. I'm actually not going to do it in any of my levels. Because I found that, particularly for this enemy, it's actually normally recommended to like stun him, but it's actually faster if I just keep mashing right in front of him, because the bullet that you actually use to charge, and if you point it at an enemy, you get a little bit of a knockback, and there are spikes in that room that can actually just like outright ruin your day. There we go.
The levels I'm going to be playing, I will be using the stun gun or stun charge quite liberally, because there are a lot of enemies that fire back at you, and it's very helpful to stun them.
Yeah, you'll find out soon enough why I'm not using it during my upcoming level, because I'm playing the 4th level, and it's something that I won't need in that one.
And also, when you charge the gun, there's a knockback. That's like a clever puzzle.
Yeah, that's a very
like
clever puzzle. That's a one little switch that you can actually keep on pressing. I can make this cycle. Yes, I can. There we go. a lot of these are on cycles, and it's just if you can keep your momentum going, you can actually go really fast, and it's super.
So this is.
I don't know how to get that one. I've been.
This is kind of the first boss.
Yeah.
It's very resemblant of the first boss in Super Meat Boy.
It is. It's basically we're on a chase sequence here. I'm mostly trying to run away. As you can see, I'm hovering a little bit. That's actually due to the fact that if you shoot the gun while in mid-air, you keep a little bit of your forward momentum and you can just basically hover. That's going to be very useful throughout the course of the entire game, especially with another thing that we're going to find out about like very soon. Not during this level, though. Something that's for later. Now, don't die here, Nash.
Ooh, no. 6!
It's so easy to mess up like one of those buttons there if you cannot actually match consistently on that. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be it, Edenal. I've been trying this for a while. That is the first sub 7. That is
nice.
the first sub 7 that we've gotten there. That is a 650.
That's well played, sir.
Yeah, and that's 6 deaths for me.
Let's see here.
Yeah. So the first level, like, I had 6 deaths there. Don't worry, I'm gonna make up for it in 4th. But the second level, it's the difficulty starts ramping up very rapidly. Because now we're gonna get in the heat of things, and Edenal's gonna get something to help him get along here. There we go. This is the first big room where you have to actually get and kill a lot of these enemies in order to get the beam gone on the right. You can see the marker actually change when you enter the level from being edge focused to being an enemy focused. Same here.
Oh, I need to go down here, right?
Yeah. These are all like a few enemies that you got to take care of, hit left and right, and now you got to take care of these. To get back to the left, actually get another edge token there. It's a very neat little platform, like puzzle platformer, in a way where it tries to showcase a lot of like different small elements, and they start stacking up like between the levels. Also, the soundtrack's amazing. I really love this one. You see the saw blades on the floor, by the way, that Edenal's trying to avoid. If you stand on the floor, you're actually going to make them move faster. You can also stun them while using your gun. So there's a lot of like small elements that add up, and there's a lot of routing options that you can do. I'd like to spoil a little thing. I have found out like 30 minutes ago whilst practicing that it might actually be possible to zip through a few rooms. So that might be some speed tech. I haven't found a way to make it consistent yet, but there are a few rooms that I might actually be able to zip through at some point in the future when
I hate this room so much.
There's a lot of cycle-based stuff going on here, especially in the second level. Got to be very careful, and that saw blade will be on you the entire time. And as you can see, Edenal's trying to kite him a little bit, stun him wherever you can. Oh, that's one. There we go. Using the bonks. Two. Using the bonks here to get past all these enemies, and especially like when they're standing still, it seems easy, but as soon as they start moving in a circle, you got to be a little more careful because you can get on the side of an enemy rapidly. And whilst we
look at these lazy guys.
Yeah, these guys are just sleeping.
They panic, and they're sleeping.
Yeah. Like, it's just not their job. Their job is to move the train, and the train's not moving, so there's no job. This frantic little cube is our friend, and he wanted to help us, and instead he saw a saw blade, and he just left his upgrade. And you saw that in the previous level. And you see Edenal suddenly dashing across the floor there. We just picked up the dash backpack. And it's a amazing little addition of movement here. So that means that we can actually start dashing through rooms now, and you can do some very crazy tech with it. Ooh, I've not been able to pull that off. That's a very hard trick. Edenal's it may seem like this is easy to do, but I can guarantee you these movement parts are very rough to get through, and these levels can definitely require a little practice here and there.
I would say this is... Oh.
You're gonna press the button.
I don't know. I was gonna say this is going well so far, but there we go.
It's the same thing. Like you try to commentate your own run, and as soon as you start doing it, like you make a small mistake, and just things go sideways. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
That is what I refer to as wave dashing. It is a That is the mechanic that I saw in the demo, and I immediately picked up the game and tried it out. That is such a good feel mechanic when it comes to platformers. The audience is keeping well track.
It's almost like I should be like playing safe, but
yeah,
that's not.
All right. I'll make a deal with you.
Okay.
If you get us to like the final level, like under say the 40-minute mark, I'm gonna do the risky strats on level 4. I've been tinkering around with the game a little bit, and especially level 4 has some funky skips that you can do and some cycle skips that you can try and get. Like you can get a minus cycle on some things, but I might die a lot doing that.
Oh, this is like now we're coming to the risky parts here.
Yeah.
Like these beams are just treacherous. There we go. Oh. It's like you want me to die.
Well, kinda. It's for charity. But also go fast.
Go fast.
Yeah, that's where one of those...
Oh, this... I don't like this room.
Oh. Yeah, this is a very tough room because those blocks are also like destructible. And now we're getting into the orbs. These are a very finicky little addition to level 2 where you can destroy them, and that's very easy. And they're showing this off because you're gonna need it in the exact next room, and that's what I love about these platformers. It's so cool to actually like work with these and try and figure out like a way to use these in puzzle elements and just learn players like how to do certain things. That was close. Oh, that's 6. This is another one of those puzzle rooms where Edenal's gonna have to destroy the ball very fast. Oh, actually just stunned the other one. That's a very smart move. I should have done that on my casual playthrough. I died like 30 times there.
I think we do have a donation tally. You wanna?
Oh, we sure do.
Wow.
We have Dusler here with $100.
My man.
And the comment says, "Yo, ESA, thanks for doing what y'all do. I wish I could be there, but looking forward to the rest of the week. Shout out to everyone working behind the scenes and continuing to push the bar for live event production in speedrunning. I had to donate to the once-in-a-lifetime experience of seeing Edenal playing a video game on stream. You don't know how lucky all of you are. Donation goes to host choice. Stay cool, USA, USA, USA."
You're getting some support here, but I also think people want you to die.
I mean, I'll say that Dusler is a very good friend of mine. I'm wearing his band shirt.
Nice.
They he and his wife are super cool, and everyone who's met Dusler here at the ESA knows that Dusler's good. He's a good guy. So, shout out to Dusler.
Oh yeah, lots of new things like showing up all of nowhere. We actually saw spikes pop up. We saw mines here. We have mine enemies now as well. This is a very cool puzzle. I love this one.
Oh, I do not. It's actually a lot easier to do this room if you...
Oh, you're...
Ooh. It's a lot easier if you reset it, but
yeah,
we're not gonna die because I don't...
You could have reset.
I love charity, but I'm not gonna die in just for the sake of dying.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Like it's like I said, like there's 2 timers that we are taking into account when playing this game. There's a global timer and a local timer per room, and resetting a room sometimes just gets you a better pattern to start out with, and you can very easily clear up some rooms here.
Yeah, so we're coming up at the end of the 2nd level. This is an unskippable cutscene.
Yeah, room's moving, or the train's moving. See?
Yes.
They're no longer sleeping.
So we are about to face off against the first boss of the game.
Yeah.
So this is where the demo ended, at this boss, and you can actually soft lock the game here.
Yeah.
In the demo.
In the demo, that was very fun.
So I'm gonna attempt to one cycle this. There are one cycle all of the 3 phases. Now we get a demo of what the boss looks like. It's possible to one phase.
Nice. Yeah, he's going well. He's wave dashing there to get behind him, and ooh, yeah, perfect.
Go
That's very hard to do, by the way. That is amazing to see. Let's go.
Oh! I'm not gonna make that one.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So as you can see,
hey! Yeah.
as the turrets are spamming out, if Edenal here doesn't actually get the one cycle on this turret,
Oh, so close.
now you're just showing it off for charity here. Okay. Don't get hit by the rocket. We have an in-between cycle, and then you can see-
I bet I have one shot left.
yeah. No, two. You're really close there. But as you can see, like it shoots out from both sides if you kill one of the turrets. One strategy that I found out, if you aren't like a masher like Edenal here is, if you shoot one of them like,
good.
about 20 times and then go to the other one, you can actually kill them both in the second cycle and get an early second cycle. But Edenal got a first cycle on this boss. Very, very well done. 930. That's very good.
That was very good.
Yeah.
I feel like I lost a little bit of time on not skipping cutscenes quickly enough. So now we're going to go into the third level, which is a lot harder than the second level.
It's a theme for this game to introduce new mechanics per level, which is a staple of like the new day indie platformers, and something that a lot of people enjoy because it keeps the game fresh. It also means that we're not going to see everything that this game has to offer when it comes to mechanics. I won't spoil anything, but there is some very tricky mechanics out there that they have shown off that you do not actually see in many other platformers, and there are some staple ones out there as well that we all love to see when we are actually running platformers. Edenal here is actually using the beam charge here, way more like liberal to actually get rid of these turrets faster. These guys can be very nasty when it comes to their rotations, when it comes to their fire.
Here you can see there are two paths. I'm taking the easy path. And here I found a glitch earlier today where you can essentially... So I'm waiting a bit with the skip, because...
I would have loved to hear that for the rest of my level.
So essentially you get like the conversation sound throughout the entire game. Kind of like the Titus ha 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 glitch. It's not very ha ha ha.
Taco is not happy with you right now. He would have wanted to hear the audio glitch for the rest of the run. You wouldn't, by the way. Like, just saying, like, Edenal did the right thing here. That's not the kind of glitch that that's gonna make our ears happy. Level 3 is a more technical level where a lot more things are on a global and local cycle that we have to deal with here, and Edenal is basically making sure that he can get past these rooms like in an orderly fashion, but he's got to take care of everything that's going on, and there's multiple cycles like going back and forth.
I'm playing it a bit safe here.
Really? Like, that means I got to do the risky strats. Like, where are your risky strats, Edenal? Come on.
I mean, trust me, like, there's plenty of like risky strats coming up.
I apologize for nothing. Okay. All of these cycles are very tough to make. There we go. That's the first one. You see 3 like little orbs there, the switches, and they're like hidden, and that's because we have to actually activate the switches in different rooms. Edenal actually activated the first one. Ooh. The next one is in the top right of this room, and the third one is one that I thoroughly enjoy. I thought it was very clever how they designed like a multi-room puzzle and have that only be part of a room.
Oh, I should have charged there.
Yeah, you didn't charge.
I didn't charge.
Yeah. You can actually do it without charging, but it requires a lot of mashing and like having to think about the timing of the bullets like the entire time is making it a lot harder to deal with.
So what we're up to in total now, like...
No, I'm on 6. I don't know where you are at.
I mean, I have kept track here. We have 6 deaths so far from Nash, and then 8 plus 4 for Edenal.
Oh, you're on 12. You need to die more, buddy.
And,
you're almost done.
I also want to add, we did get a message here. Apparently, also Team Red Wolf have said that they are going to match your donations with $2 per death.
Oh.
So keep going for those risky strats.
So you mean I should be like gone for here?
Yeah. That's
okay then.
done.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going risky then.
All right, in honor of the folks at Red Wolf, I will show off the minus strats that I've tried to find before. There's some cool stuff in there. I really wish I found like the zip stuff like the day earlier, because I think there's some very cool things to do with it. But like the game's out now. A casual playthrough will take you anywhere between like 6 to like 12-ish hours to complete. On any normal day, 6. Again, do it again. You might say that, but you better be also matching those donations then. If you want us to keep on dying, you gotta match those numbers. It's all in the name for charity, you know. Oh, these guys can be really weird to deal with. Like I said, like level 3 is a little more of a technical one. You also see that the water has changed to be less kind. That's because
a way of putting it, yeah.
That's
less
because
kind.
It's like completely electrified.
We're gonna get this kill.
Yeah.
Environmental damage.
I always do that. As soon as I figured that was an option, I just keep doing that. It's such a good way to make it go. It loses you like a second, but like it's for the memes, and I can't resist that. Yeah, as you can see, electricity is becoming more of a running theme in this particular level.
The spinning thing is like,
yeah,
it's a huge death trap.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite parts of the game, I like this mechanic.
Yeah, it's a really cool mechanic, and as you can see, like if you get into speedrunning like a game like this, you get new mechanic upon new mechanic, like within a matter of minutes that you gotta have to deal with. So it makes a platform like this feel really fresh. I usually wave dash off that first block there, and it's either a death or it's just very much fun to do. I love this room, by the way. This is by far my favorite room of the 3rd level. There's a lot of like small mechanical things you have to do, and a lot of switches that you have to go up to.
And also, I need to. Oh, this is a nice thing. You just press up, bong, bong,
bong, bong. There we go. That's the one over there. Yeah, it's a wonderful level where you have like multi-tiers of things going on. And same for like something like this. This is a cycle-based level where Edenal's got to be very fast. If he wouldn't actually, yeah, if he was very fast, he would have been able to grab the one on the top right, then immediately grab the one on the bottom right, and then go swap to the top level. You can try it again.
But thank you, I can try it again. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, you're doing great, buddy.
What? That's not cool. Game.
That's not supposed to happen.
Still
but,
counts, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm very glad it did. Like we're learning new tech and new strats like as we go along here. Audience loves it. I don't wanna upset you, but your wife came in. Like, don't let her watch the death counter.
Sorry, what?
Your wife came in. Don't let her watch the death counter.
Her wallet too.
All right, Edenal here is going to go into the final section where it's a bit of a gauntlet here of button mashing and like dealing with the spinny blocks. Don't worry, the spinny blocks are not going away. I'm going to die to them too. These types of rooms that accumulate like all the mechanics that you've seen before is something that I really enjoy to do.
There we go.
Yeah, most of these mechanics that you see here are actually mechanics that are going to come back in the 4th level as well. Only then with a small twist. If you played Sonic before, you might know what's going to happen. Ooh, that's a very nice strategy. I didn't play it that way. It's very fun. Like I've actually not seen Edenal play these levels yet. We've been playing and practicing separately. And that means that like I've done these levels as well, and I have a few strats that I can do completely differently from Edenal, and like that's part of the fun of like getting into a new speed game altogether as well. Like you're just trying things out, and you're like finding other community members that are also like picking up the same game, and you're like sharing strategies at some point when you get into things. And there's so much more that you can like accomplish together, because like I've learned at least 5 new good room strats that'll save a bunch of time. I didn't know how he got a sub 10.
This is my favorite room here. Okay, Okay.
Is it still your favorite room?
It is still my favorite room. Because
Yeah.
it's so complicated, like,
Yeah.
okay, it's so many enemies, but you just like, bye-bye.
Yeah, you don't have to do anything. You can play the pacifism route, and I agree. That's definitely...
This is my least favorite room. Because of this part here.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
So...
No, don't tell me.
No.
And this too.
I'll wait until you're done.
And this is gonna be expensive. No.
Oh yeah, if you stand too long on the block, it sinks and you die anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why Edenal's hopping.
Ah. Okay, fucking, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah. There you go.
No! That's gonna be expensive, right?
Now I understand like why you said to me like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die like 30 times. Like you've been doing incredibly well, but like somebody
Up until there, yeah.
super tough. There we go, we got past it.
For charity, right?
Yeah.
Still doing fine.
So my strategy in that particular room is I can wave dash over the first blocks and dash straight through the second one on the cycle. But if I die once there, I can get past the first two in like 2 seconds. A really great strategy on it. A lovely way to get past that particular room. That other block though, I died 20 times.
Also, this room, super hard.
Yeah, no.
That's just not.
Let's just don't. No, there we go. I figured it out way too late. There we go. That little enemy there, he's a jerk. He's actually a jerk.
Yep.
Oh, you can make the cycle. There we go. Nice. Oh yeah, by the way, hi. The game definitely is not making it easy on you at this point. Like they're throwing more and more at you like with every progression of the level. And here we go. Like this is another one of those gauntlet levels where slowly but steadily we're gonna lose a block left and right, and we're gonna have to do more with less. 21. Woo! The audience is excited about the 20. Really putting an emphasis on that number.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. It's so easy to overshoot. It's something that you really gotta have to get a grip on. And as soon as you get a grip on this, it becomes a lot easier to gauge the distance. But if you just overshoot it, there's no way to get back.
You don't really have time to correct.
Yeah.
In this stage.
Yeah. The other way around though, because you can dash and then if you use your gun afterwards, you can actually extend your like float. So you can extend it if you're a little bit short, but if you overshoot it, you usually can't get back anymore and you usually just die there. Also, this is one of those platformers where you can mash, but there can only be 3 bullets on the screen at once. So if you're close to an enemy, you can keep on mashing and you can really like rip enemies apart. But if you're very far away from them, you gotta actually start timing your bullets. I hate this room. This is the room that I really hate.
Really?
Yeah. I always die to that guy. He has it out for me. But then again, I rarely like do the charge attack, and I should really do that one.
It's so interesting how different rooms are give different people different.
Yeah, different strategies for them. There we go. All right, another big puzzle element here. Like this room is a gauntlet of puzzle after puzzle, and is very like timing heavy. Oh, what? You can do that?
Yes, you can.
That's so easy.
Ow.
That is actually easy though. Oh my, that's I'm learning new strats like from Edenal here. I spent so much time trying to figure out like how can I get a consistent kill on that guy. Wasn't even necessary. He just jumped in himself.
So we are approaching the end of 26.
If you hug the wall, you die, by the way.
Yes, I have tried that.
It's very painful, but good for charity. Oh, those bats can also be very much be jerks. They're if they get a little bit below or above you, you can't actually like your bullets go straight no matter what, and if they skirt over the hitbox, there's no escape for you. Right.
This is really hard to like grab onto the ladder here. It might seem really easy, but it feels like it's.
Yeah, you gotta really like you gotta dash and go straight up and down on your D-pad. What I usually do is I switch to the joystick for this particular room because it's easier to get the grab on for it. But it is something that you gotta practice specifically for this room. Otherwise, you're gonna throw yourself off as easy as that as well. There we go. There's the checkpoint.
Dang.
That was really close though.
We are approaching the end of the third level here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep it under 30.
Under 30. Let's go. Come on. I know you can do it, Edenal. I'm praying that you're gonna make it.
I keep forgetting that there's no like
yeah.
31,
31.
32.
32. Okay, at this point, you're just being generous.
At this point, it doesn't matter anymore.
That's also true.
And most of the deaths are like
most
not very time wasting.
Yeah, that's
dying here would be like dying down here would be a big waste of time.
Yeah, I have a few rooms in level 4 that definitely have that way of like, okay, I died once, like I go back 30 seconds, and those are really painful. All right, so as we enter the end of this cycle, we have Edenal doing like one final like cycle-based thing here. Do we have any messages to retally? Can I send it over to you?
We sure do, because speaking of generosity, we have Sui Machine here with $45.10. And a comment says, since I have spent few hours helping Sid get these languages running, I might as well try and get Japanese to win this bid war, so the world may know how to say, what's a paladin in Japanese.
Yes, I love that.
Of course, that did go towards the Ultima 9 Ascension 80% language choice of Japanese.
There we go. Edenal's going to finish level 3.
Thank you so much for that donation, Sui Machine.
Yeah, you did it under 40 minutes. I'm going to die a lot now.
But I think that's $40 in donations from me.
How many deaths was that in total?
That is 40 in total, yes.
40 in total, yeah.
Nice round number.
Yeah, intentional.
Ah.
So with our donations, we're maybe able to reach 63,000 by the end of this run.
Yeah, I would love to see 63,000 get past during this. That would be amazing. I know you can do it, chat. You know me. I know you. We can do it together. And that means that I gotta die more. Well, but as you can see,
You'll find a spot.
Yeah, I'm on a water level. Yeah, I found a spot.
I think this is really the hardest level in the entire game.
It is.
It's very tight platforming at times.
Yeah, it's a very tight platform. I think you have exactly like a few amount of dashes that you have to do here. Yeah, I got the cycle. There we go. That is the first like hard cycle to make. If you can do it very like tightly underneath, you can actually like dash on the R2 button for me, and you can actually start getting momentum downwards, like in between every one of those dashes. If you do it just correctly, you can make that cycle work. I'm going to leave that fish alive.
So the gun doesn't really work as normal underwater.
No, not at all.
It works like it only explodes in the very...
It's a shotgun blast at this point.
You don't have any range, pretty much.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I was on the bad cycle there. Okay. Let me see it. Oh, okay.
2.
I'm doing the risky strats here. There we go. I was so fast. I didn't die before. Like, I'm normally, like, already, like, dead, like, a few times before. Ooh. So I was on the different cycle there. If I'm resetting on that room, you can make that cycle immediately. And I'm used to that, so I didn't expect that to go that well.
I really enjoy how the music changes dynamically when you're underwater or above
That's
water.
a 1-frame window, by the way, that jump. You die a lot to it, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna wait for the cycle.
So this is the... I like this game design. how it teaches you about hazards.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you've been taught that, or you've been taught that electricity exists, but you've not been taught like what if these coils appear on the water.
Yeah. The reason why I died there is because I didn't do the risky strat there, which is that's also like a 1-2 pixel trick. That's what I meant with like I'm gonna die a lot because those are all like 1 or 2 pixel like rooms that you have. And there's a few more rooms here that are like that. Yeah, there we go. I love water levels in games. Except for Sonic. I hate them in Sonic. Like the one exception. Like as a kid, you get into Sonic 2, you get into the first water level and you're not having a good time.
Tech, can you turn up Nash a little bit in my ear, please?
There we go. Fly. Yeah. Beautiful. Alright.
So this level will have one mini boss.
Yeah.
I have never cursed so much in my entire life as during that mini boss, by the way.
Yeah, that's the entire reason he gave me this level. I don't mind though, I don't mind.
And also a big boss, which is one of the cooler bosses in the game.
Yeah.
It's called Crab. It's a acronym for something, but it's just called Crab.
This is by far the worst room in this level, in my opinion.
This is the mini boss I talked about.
Yeah, this is the rocket boss, or the rocket mini boss. It's basically an auto scroller, and it seems easy, but like the movement underwater is on its own actually very tricky. So I'm basically mashing buttons like non-stop in order to get everything good. And try to hit these buttons as fast as possible.
So the reason why I struggled so much with this stage is that I didn't see the hints in the background that shows you kind of where the pillars appear.
Oh yeah.
So I memorized this stage.
Yeah.
It took me hours.
Yeah, this is the one moment in the game where I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, man. I don't know if I can make this speedrun work. But I got through it, and I basically practiced this level for a good 20 minutes where I got consistent at it. By the way, like that last button can really trip you up because that can actually still shoot rockets after you press that button. And I got through it. Oh, yeah. That feels
First
good.
try as well.
Yeah, that's actually, I normally do it so many times. Oh yeah, here we go. Another new puzzle mechanic. We have explodey fishies. And we need to actually blow this one up twice to actually get a bullet over to the other one. This is also a very...
So we got friendly fire, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, I might just be off. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Nice.
A lot of the tricks here are like very precise. I'm gonna try and do this. I call this the pacifism room. If I'm fast enough, I will be able to actually get past this without actually having to kill one of the fishies. Oh. That was 6, everyone. I didn't hear that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I can't get rid of these. I have to get rid of these. This one's also very mean. Normally he follows you, but sometimes he just doesn't want to. Welcome to the next mechanic where there are sticky bombs everywhere. There. Wait for this one, let it go. These things are on its own, like they have very lenient hitboxes, but like when they explode, they have like way bigger hitboxes. And there's a lot of them incoming, so you're gonna see a lot more of this and a lot more height. Button mashing for me. There we go. That's a cycle skip. Ooh! Yeah. I gotta do the entire level again now.
This is where we usually see like the big time losses in the speedrun. Rooms like this that they need to do all the way from the beginning. And Nash is also being chased by an enemy, so he can't stop for too long.
I jumped there, and that there wasn't a platform there for me to jump. That's interesting. Also, these like windows are very tight. Like I'm mashing like crazy, and sometimes I'm.
This room here.
Yeah, here we go.
This is super tight.
Okay, I'm gonna die here on purpose. To show, like I had to show the risky strats, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then you skip this one. You can't skip that one. Oh, you can die to that one though. There we go. That's the actual cycle skip. go. I am kiting the bombs because they only will like go until where I am like physically. So I'm going to the top, immediately go under and try and go do this, and then yeah, this is gonna escalate very quickly. I thought I had the hitbox there. No, there we go. See, like I told you, first chapter is gonna be easy, but like this is where the actual like deaths are gonna start very fast. This is still a water level, like it's the same as every other video. Okay.
Well done. That is a terribly hard room.
Yeah. Here we go. Another skip here. Fast enough here. Break this one up and go up top, and then go past. One less cycle to deal with. It's very cool to like to figure out like a few of these cycles and just get past them as fast as possible. Gotta wait for this orb though, and now we can go. Okay, wait for that. Like you can see me mashing like crazy, but sometimes like I feel like I'm about to get short like very fast. All right, let's see if we can pull this off. Very cool strat. I can pull. Yeah. Not touching the water, keeping the fish fresh.
So before we come into the big boss, Tali, can you tell us a little bit about some upcoming donation incentives that we can maybe put our money towards?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to. So we had the donation earlier that mentioned the host choice, and I've looked over and I've made my choice to be the Ripley cosplay because I think about 7 hours from now, we will have Alien Isolation on the docket where Selena will bring out her Ripley cosplay, but only if we can raise a total of $3,500 towards this. And right now, with the $100 that I got to dedicate to this as well, we have $1,251. We're not even halfway there. And sure, there's 7 hours left, but why not meet it immediately so Selena can plan accordingly that she knows she needs her cosplay.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I think that's a good incentive to put it towards. Like, Horsimus is already a good horse name, so like that's already taken up by my opinion.
Yeah, we already have Joshimus as the leading bid for the Fuecoco name in Pokemon Scarlet Violet as well, so.
Let's go, Josh. That's great. Yeah,
We'd love to see it.
Yeah, I think I'll put mine towards the Selena cosplay. I want to see that one. All right. I'm gonna admit I've seen a little bit of a sneak peek. I kind of made the incentive image for it, and it's worth it, chat. It's a good cosplay. There we go, everyone caught up. This is a very tricky room, by the way, and you're gonna find out very fast why. Because now I'm gonna have to do like very tight jumps here, and if I fall down there, I immediately die to spikes. And there's spikes following me the entire way up. All right, let's go.
Oh, so close.
Should have used the dash, Nash. Oh, what? That was fine. No, everything's fine. That was totally intentional.
This is fine.
Yeah. Yeah, if you do that, you can actually like hop with the water. It's a lot faster if you can do that. Yeah. Those little rollers keep following me around. Oh yeah, I'm on a bad cycle. I gotta wait there. If you take the top route and you hide there, you will find a secret room, which is actually detrimental for the speedrun. So lower route, faster route. There we go.
Yes, for those of you who decide to try this game, there's casually, my first playthrough was like 8 hours.
Yeah.
It was rather long.
Yeah, it's actually pretty long for like a classic platformer.
Lots of value for a precision platformer.
Yeah.
And also you have all the achievements, you have all the secrets, so you can easily spend another 20 hours collecting everything.
Yeah. And like
you got hard mode and you got impossible mode, but I don't think anyone, again, no one's gonna ever beat impossible mode because that is the beat the game without dying.
Iron modes are a big thing in speedrunning. I definitely can see someone doing it. Whew. Okay, that's also a very tight window. Take a look. This is very cool. So if you jump upwards, you can actually. Okay. If you jump upwards, you can actually get the bullet like onto the platform and then immediately use it. So, so like I said, like risky strats. That's what we're doing here. Yeah, that wasn't smart. Oh man, why did I say I would do this?
I have seen this before.
Yeah. Oh boy. I can hear my wife screaming behind me, but I don't think she knows that I'm gonna donate for it. Yet. Alright, there we go. We're gonna go up here. Oh yeah. You thought this was over? We're not done yet. This is a very lengthy chapter. Also, those things are coming towards me, so I gotta be very clear with what I'm gonna be doing here. I have a few cycle rooms ahead of me. Tali, do you have something to say?
Oh, I sure do. We have another very special donation here from Monica237. $30 saying, "Go Edenal and nashlax. I'm glad I don't have to drink a shot every time you die. Good luck from Edenal's mother-in-law."
I don't know what happened there. I skipped the cutscene. Thank you so much for that donation.
Thank you so much, Monica.
I was
Say hello
confused
to our
about the game.
cats, by the way. Hope they're not tearing down, tearing your place apart.
They're cats. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, they're absolute terrorists.
Yeah. At least not breaking calyxes apart.
Yet.
You'll teach them. All right, here we go. This
Oh, that's
cutscene we
easy.
can actually skip. So the other cutscene we can skip. This one we can. I'm gonna go focus mode here, everyone. This is the boss of chapter 4. He's a very nasty bugger, but I've been trying to learn a few good tricks to deal with him. So let's go. You can chat whatever you want, Edenal. I want this one. Yeah, there we go. That's the one I want.
The movements of Crab is quite erratic. So what Nash needs to do, he needs to...
Oh, I was
24. He needs to disable the 2 tentacles for the Crab to enter submerged mode.
There we go. That's submerge mode. Now we're gonna get some ballistics on me. I gotta really keep an eye out for this to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand. First one's fine. I've been testing this out for a little bit, but there's actually some ways where you can actually bait out that it doesn't actually shoot bullets. So we might actually do some... We can actually do some skips of cycles on the bullets there and actually get less rockets. There we go. That's phase 1 done. Now he's gonna become more erratic. He's gonna be a bigger meanie. Ooh. That's kind
So
of what
what's
I wanted.
nice here is that you restart on the second phase
Yeah.
if you die during the second phase.
If you die during the rocket phase, no, that's not happening. All right. What? That's not what you were doing. I saw that. That arm looked different to me. That is not what he's supposed to do there. There we go.
Nope.
All right.
So there's going to be a lot more rockets now.
Yeah.
The first time I did this boss, like, I got so intimidated by the rockets that I pause buffered.
I can totally see that happening. It's
That
not
works.
an easy.
It's a valid strategy.
Yeah. All right, this is phase 3. Let's go. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and get the fast strat here. There we go. Ooh. All right, a little bit. Yeah, keep up, everyone. I'm dying more often than you can count at this point. Ooh, boy.
Oh,
yeah,
nice
let's
dodge.
go. All right.
Oh, you can do it.
Okay.
So
No, if you do that, you have to do it on the second one, otherwise it doesn't work. So let's actually do this instead. All right. That is not going to be anymore. This is a very consistent strat to get him on, though, so I'm very comfortable with this. There we go. That's the third phase. So we got the last rocket phase coming. So if I die to that, I have to do that again, which I don't plan on doing. There we go. See, like the missiles going basically everywhere. And if I get him to bait out these missiles over and over again, you can see that he just does one, which is very nice. It makes,
very nice.
makes the rocket phase a lot easier.
We are about to...
Yeah, that's the boss, everyone. I'm almost done. That makes 37 for me.
It's remarkable how different the game plays when you're speedrunning it compared to casually.
Yeah. And that is it. Whew.
So how many deaths in total tally? So 40 for me and how many for Nash? 31
It was
plus?
37.
77, that's a lucky number.
That's a lucky number.
Deaths.
And Red Wolf doubling?
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That will get.
That will push us very close to
$63,000. That's very good. I like that. So if you want to match it in any way, shape, or form, that is most welcome. It's gonna go to a great cause. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you again to Lurkit and Firestoke, the publishers for Planet Cube, who are here with us in the crowd as well.
Yeah, it's amazing to get to try a game like this, to try a demo out of a video game and go like, oh, this is very cool. I want to get my hands on this, and having people like Firestoke or Lurkit get involved and actually give us access to play this game a little bit and then show it off on release day is something that I was very excited about. So thank you so much for that opportunity. That was amazing.
Thank you so much. You can. It would be great if you're a content creator, if you want CD keys, if you want to try new games, if you want to get paid for your content, you can sign up at Lurkit. I think there's a special quest for Planet Cube if you want to challenge us as speedrunners and prove that you're better than us.
Oh, they will.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna put up a good time for all 8 chapters, and I know I can push a sub 90 on all 8. So I'll make that.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I'm gonna regret that at some point.
But yeah, we thought this was gonna be rough to do at 1 hour and 5 minutes, and we got it in 50 minutes.
Good 50 minutes, and our own timers have been going down by seconds to minutes over the course of the last day. So there's a lot of optimization to do in this game, and since it's out now, I definitely want to see how low people can push this.
Yeah, out on every major platform, I believe.
Yeah, pretty good.
So it's I'm gonna play this with my son when I get back home, because he likes Planet Cube.
He likes you dying on Planet Cube. That's what you're saying.
He likes playing with Dad, can you pick up the gun for me? I want to shoot enemies.
Yeah. That's amazing. All right, everyone, we are gonna sign off here. I'm gonna give it over to Tali to sign us off.
All right, I will be happy to do so. So just one more thing I do want to mention before going into intermission here, because our next run is going to be Pokemon Pinball, Ruby or Sapphire. But which one? We still have the bid war open to decide which one. Sapphire currently has a big lead with $125. Do you want to see Ruby? Then you got to get your donation in fast. But with that, we will be taking a short intermission to get that set up. So again, make sure to stretch, go grab some water, and stay hydrated. And we will see you back in just a few minutes.